Hey kid, and welcome to the previously untold story, The Mystery of 789. Did you just say 789? Why, yes, Maleficent, I just did. Maleficent, you're totally blocking the book. Blah, 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 blah. I'm taking a good look here. I'm observing that 7 is carrying a very sharp and pointy looking fork and a very sharp and equally dangerous looking knife, and with a menacing look is chasing after this terrified looking 9. I know what this is. This is a book about numeric cannibalism. Maleficent, it is no such thing as... Oh, there she goes.
Oh, storyteller, is this a scary bad book?
Oh no, Corny, you know I would never read a scary bad book.
I know, but she said...
Now, do you know Maleficent and how cranky she always is?
Oh, she sure is.
And this is a great book because you are learning your numbers, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you ready to see the story?
I am.
Nice save, storyteller, but we both know the truth. Well, the truth, Maleficent, is that... Oh, there she goes again. All right, fine. She's going to believe what she's going to believe, right? Let us decide for ourselves what 789, the untold story, is all about. And first, I introduce you to the lineup. Everyone's a suspect in a mystery novel. Number 1 is the loneliest number, a lonely guy. Number 2, always seen in a pair. Get that? A pair. Number 3, lost in a crowd. Because, you know, 2's company, 3 is a crowd. Get it? Get it? 4, don't even go there. Okay. 5, works 9 to 5. 6, represents the client in our story. 7, the prime suspect last seen at the pier and pictured holding that sharp, dangerous fork and knife. 8 is always behind the 8 ball, always so behind. 9 is missing. Oh. And over here at Cafe Uno, good pie. 3.14. Good pie. 11, possible accomplice. You mean somebody who is aiding and abetting the crime? Well, let's see how this untold story unfolds. I was dozing in my chair when an urgent banging on my office door bolted me awake. It was 6. Something had scared the pants off of him. 7 is coming to get me, said 6. Now see, here's the eye, the private eye, and there's 6, the client. As a private eye, I'm used to his type. Numbers. They're always stuck in a problem. Tell me about it. But I knew about this 7 fella. He was odd. That's right, 7 is an odd number. Take it easy, 6, I said. What's 7 up to? Look at that crazed look on his face. Oh, look at the little office. He's got his phone. He's got his desk. He's got a classic private investigator office, don't you think? Just like the old-timey movies. Well, word on the street is that 7, 8, 9, and now he's after me, said 6. Well, technically, he's always after you, I said. There's 5, and then there's 6, and then there's 7. See? That proves it. I told 6 not to panic. Stay here. I'll get to the root of this. I hope so, said 6. I fear my days are numbered. Oh, look at that. 7, 8, 9? And he's worried that he's next? That's quite alarming. I mean, I'd be panicked too, I suppose. First, I went looking for 8. She's usually caught between 7 and 9. I found her at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 4th Street. But 8 knew nothing. Nada. Zilch. I don't know anything. Now there she is wearing her cute little pink belt on the corner of 2nd and 4th. Looks like New York City, the tough city, the mean streets. If it's true, 8 said. Oh no, if it's true, 8 said, then I'm next in line. In a flash, she took off her belt. Oh, not her pretty pink belt. And suddenly, 8 looked just like a 0. Good disguise. Oh, so 8 panicked that she was next in line and she disguised herself. Oh, I see. Well, I needed a solid lead. I know what you're saying. I strolled into Cafe Uno, leaned on the counter, and ordered a slice of pie. Pie for just $3.14. By B, the waitress had the scoop. Yeah, I heard 7, 8, 9, she said. So, you haven't seen 9 around? Negative. He just disappeared. Yep, she has the scoop. So, 9 was gone. I couldn't let 7 be the one who got away, but I needed more data. I went to see 11. She and 7 are like 2 peas in a pod. Oh, 7 couldn't have done it, said 11. He's on vacation. Are you sure? I'm positive. I saw him leave. And there he is on the boat on a cruise ship, obviously around the world, it looks like, looking quite joyful and king of the world-ish here. And can we just take a moment to praise 11's fabulous cowgirl boots? Very, very stylish. Well, if 7 was gone, then where was 9? It just didn't add up. Frustrated, I headed back uptown. That's when I saw him crossing the street. Him. 6. Finally, I put 2 and 2 together. I busted through my office door and found 6 taking 40 winks. I have solved this numerical nonsense, I cried. I grabbed 6 and turned him upside down. His true color was revealed. Just as I suspected, my client 6 was really 9. What? 6 was taking a nap in his office and then it was what? Wait a minute. So there was 6. Oh, he spotted 6 on the street. He realized that it didn't look like the same 6 who walked into his office. He goes into his office, finds his client number 6 taking a nap and flips him around to reveal the true number that he really was. Oh, he's good. He's real good. You had everyone worried, 9. Why did you say that 7, 8, 9? Because 7 gets all the attention. Lucky 7. 7 wonders of the world. Snow White and the 7 dwarves. Figures. 9 felt like he didn't measure up. 7, 7, 7. It's like I don't even exist. Folks hurry right past me on their way to 10. Don't even get me started on 10. Everyone thinks he's perfect. Well, there is that saying, the perfect 10. See what I mean? I totally see what you mean, but still, you shouldn't have lied about it. I zeroed in on 9. Are you kidding me? You should be on cloud 9 right now. Happy as can be, the whole 9 yards. How come? Because you've got 9 lives. Oh, 9 lives are 8 times better than 1. That's when 11 showed up. Look who's back. It was 7. No hard feelings, 7, old pal? Sure, let's not be divided, 7 said. Look what a good mood 7 is in with a fabulous tan on top of that. 7 seemed awfully pleased for a number who'd been framed. Why so happy, 7? I asked. I just sailed the 7 seas. I'm in 7th heaven. Look at all the photos of all the traveling, and here's 7 swimming and running and posing and skiing and climbing and on the beach. Oh, my vacation. So that is a happy guy. At last, everything was back in order, and now I could take letter cases again. Letters can be wordy at times, but they're A-OK in my book. And that is the story of 7, 8, 9 minus a couple of pages that I saved for when you actually pick up the book yourself at the library. So you must surely feel deprived right now, don't you, kid, of KidTime StoryTime?
I don't feel deprived.
You should, because she skipped 2 pages. I saw her.
She did?
Yes, she did.
That's okay.
Oh, unicorns.
I think we got her.
I think we did too. I think Courtney ate Maleficent.
Yeah! No, I would never eat a witch.
No, I know. It was just me joking off of the title of the book.
Okay, that was really funny. I really liked it.
I'm glad you did. I liked it too. I liked all the numeric jokes in it, although there wasn't nearly enough numeric eating, in my humble opinion. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not humble at all.
She's funny.
I know. Well, kid, I hope you enjoyed the story. See you next time on, you want to take this?
Okay, kid time.
Story time, blah, 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 blah.